My name is Rebecca Gute, and I have done a little bit of tech, and now I'm in kindergarten. And so Stacy and Brittany, a couple of years ago, as the tech teacher, I totally went to Mr. Brooks and I said, hey, the kindergarten software I'm using is from 1999. And the tech department keeps coming to me every time they do an update, and they keep threatening me that it's not going to make it this time. It's not going to work this time after we do the update. And I'm like, okay, so I need something newer. And he said, look, see what you can find. And Education.com offered their licenses, not for a yearly renewal, but you could buy a lifetime license. And who does that? So Mr. Brooks was totally sold on it. He bought enough for our kindergartners so that I could still have something for them to do in the lab at the time. And so that was awesome. But the features that it has for you in the classroom are just amazing. Plus they have lots of lesson plan ideas and worksheets that you have access to completely. So I'm not sure, I had a new teacher join this year and she was like, oh, I have my own account. And I'm like, well, we have an account for you. So that's nice. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you go to education.com, either in a new tab or a different tab. And I am going to use this time for you to kind of look for things, make things, get your students in there, Janelle, so that you are ready tomorrow to start them in there and get them going. Now, Brittany, if you're not sure what you want to do, you could put one student in there and totally mess around with it today, and then you could come back another time and totally delete them out of there if this isn't for you. But it gives you a chance to kind of play with it, see what it does, and kind of get a feel for it, okay? Hi, Kelly, how are you?
Hey there, I'm good. Sorry, I couldn't get to my screen real quick.
No, you're fine. Have you used education.com in the past?
No, I have not.
Okay, so I'm thinking it could be an awesome feature while we're in person for you to have them do during centers, like a center, a part of your daily 5. It's got a lot of math, plus it's got a lot of reading and stuff. So that's something you could totally do. It's on the new iPads already. So seriously, awesome. If we get this up today, you seriously could start it tomorrow and feel really good that they're getting something during that time that you don't have to worry about. So
great, awesome.
Okay. So you're gonna log in.
Stacy, this would be good too for your new kindergartner, because I use it every year. Becca kind of got me hooked in. I don't know if it was during quarantine last year or even I think before that I started using it, and I think it would work really good for that new kindergartner that you're gonna have.
Yes, definitely. That's who I had in mind for sure.
Yep, we've talked. Awesome. So here's the deal.
Becca, something else.
Yes.
Wait, Becca, one more question before I forget. Perfect. I'm waiting for you to tell me when that monster comes free too.
Oh no, it ended yesterday.
That teacher monster?
It ended yesterday.
Stop, it did not.
It did.
Are you kidding me?
It was free all last week. I totally threw it up on my
phone. Becca. I'm like, killing me. Miss Kristen was like, said something and I was like, we can't send it out because it's like $5 for the parents or something. I was like, but Becca always lets us know when it's free. Okay. So next time, will you put that in to let me like send out a thing, because I do love that one too.
That is an awesome one. Shoot, I only put it on my list last week. Crap. Sorry.
Put it on your list, because I do love that. Send that. I appreciate that email.
I don't know.
It usually comes twice. Last year you sent it again.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when
maybe it was because of quarantine. Like you did send it twice.
Yeah. Well, I will keep my eye out, but it's probably not going to happen for a while. Sorry.
Hey, Rebecca.
Yes.
When I went into education.com, so I have actually used this with some of my virtual kids.
Yeah.
But I was curious, do we have a school account or
Yes,
is that
we do.
something that we do? Okay,
Yes,
so
let's get you
I don't
started.
have it signed up for that yet. I was only able to do it like a little bit here and there
Okay.
because it would lock you out, obviously. So,
Okay, so here it is. Because when Mr. Brooks ordered it, it was going to cost more for us to get multiple teacher licenses, but we could get the student licenses pretty cheap. We have one student account or one teacher account. So it's me. It's my email address. So it's gute@owasso.k12.mi.us. So just GUTE at, and then the password is kindergarten, all lowercase. So everybody's going to get in with my email address as a login, and then kindergarten as the password.
awesome, great, thanks.
Yep. Okay. Now, when you log in, your menu is going to be in this little person over here. So we're going to come over to the little person and we're going to choose your students. And that's kind of where we're going to start today. Okay, in this menu are a ton of kids. Like we've already started, because I had a session at 8 this morning, we started dumping kids in here. You're gonna see that I have a couple kids in here for first grade. You might see some second graders. Title I started using our account at the beginning when they started extended learning because nobody else was using it. And I was like, somebody's got to get something out of these licenses, but they're not using it now. So if we bump up to our license allotment, I can totally take these kids out and then we can get those licenses back so that we can give it to our kindergarten kids. So let me know if there's a problem. If we bump up into that and you're not able to add any more, I can definitely pull those kids out. I have my own kids in here. I think Janelle has her own kids in here, or had them in here at some point. What you're gonna do is I want you simply to kind of flip through here and see if you see anybody, because Title I did put a couple kids in here. The ones down towards the bottom were ones that people added this morning. Stacy, I don't know whose class your kindergartner would be in, so I'm not sure if they're already in here, but you'll have the opportunity to add stuff to that account later on and send them particular stuff that you feel would be fitting. So just because they're in somebody else's group, you can also add them to your group as well if you want to make a group today. Okay? So what you're going to do is kind of look through and see if you see any kids that are yours and get a feeling. And then you're going to go up to the top and you've got a couple options here. When you go to add students, you can simply type in their name. So maybe Stacy, that would be easy. If you didn't see them, you just type in your 2 students or whatever that you need and you can type in. Brittany, if you're thinking about just one, this would be where you just type their name in and then you could create an account and mess with it. If you have it on a spreadsheet, like if you have your class list on a spreadsheet, you can totally dump it in. But Janelle and there's another gal. Yep, and Kelly, you might want to import it from your Google Classroom. And Maggie was telling me this morning, this was super duper easy. Like she loved that feature that it just dumped them right in. So those are all options, okay? I am going to take my daughter and add her. But those are all options to add your students, okay? And then you can choose the grade level. And I'm going to suggest, this is what I did when I was in kindergarten last year. I put everybody in pre-K. I just started them out so that they could figure out the app. You can always come in and change this later. This is no big deal. And I'm going to show you how to lock this so they don't see that they're in pre-K. So they won't know what grade that you put them in. So it won't be a big deal.
Becca, can I ask a quick question?
Absolutely.
So if Janelle has the same, if we both have the same student in there, is that going to be confusing though?
Don't make it twice. If she's gonna
Oh.
put it in, let her put it in, but I'll show you how you can manipulate them, how you can
Okay,
send stuff
okay.
to them later on, okay? You can
All right.
see, and Stacy, it's really nice because there will be reports and stuff that you can, so when you're going for your IEP and you
Yeah.
need something else, you could totally print stuff off of here and take it as well. So
Okay.
that's a nice
right.
feature as well.
Awesome.
Okay, so if you've done that, what's going to happen is your kids are going to dump down here at the bottom. So hopefully what you're seeing is you're seeing some of your kids. This is the one I just added is down here at the bottom. Wow, I got a lot of second graders. There we go. So you should have been able to add your kids in through that. If it didn't work, you can go up to up to the refresh button, and then we found that they dumped in after we pushed refresh. So that's another way if you're not seeing them, okay? Okay. Are we good? Do you feel like you got that step? Okay. We're going to go back up to the person here. And well, the other thing I want to show you is you want to lock this. You don't want them to be able to change their grade level on their own, and you don't want them to be able to see what grade level they're in. So you're going to click, and I don't know if you need to do this on all of them. This one is unlocked, but you just click the lock button and then you click the eyeball so that they don't see it, and this locks it. I have a kid down here who they did not, like all of these, they did not do that. The kid can seriously change their own grade level and get in like 5th or 6th grade and get stuck doing that material, and they can't figure out why it's so hard. So it's really nice if you lock them out so that they're locked into whatever you want them to be in. But I also have one kid who's in here 4 times. Like she just keeps making her own account over and over again. So please close that, lock that up so that they can't do that. And it might, I think Maggie said that she had to click every single one to do that, which is a little annoying, but you only do this once and then it's done for good, okay? And you can always click on the pencil here under your students, like click the pencil and you can change the grade level again, or you can change their picture if they don't like their picture, you have too many of that one. Those are all places that you can make those changes. Are right here in your students, in your student section, okay? I'm gonna have us move to your groups. There we go. And I'm gonna give you an opportunity to, because Kelly, I don't see you here. So what I'm gonna let you do is, Janelle, you're already here, so all you need to do is click on the pencil and then you'll go and just click the students that you just added, click them all in and add them. Now, Stacy, you totally could make a group here. That's what Mrs. Anderson and Mrs. Meals did. These ladies, she teaches special ed over at Emerson, and then Lisa Meals is the math teacher, Title I over at Emerson too. So they just made their own group. I don't think there's a limit on how many groups we can have. So go ahead and do that, and then the child can still be in both of your groups and still be all right. So just go up here, push add group. You're just gonna give your group a name. If you wanna put what grade level they're in, you get to choose a picture, and then you just start clicking which student you want in that group, okay? And then you just click it. If you accidentally made a mistake, you just click it again and it'll turn it off. But these are in alphabetical order by that child's first name. So you're just gonna run through the list and find the kids that are in your class, okay? So I'll give you kind of a chance to kind of work through that and get your kids all in a group, right? If you're poop in a group.
So Becca, once the kindergarten teachers have my students in there, it's okay if I have students from 2 different classes that I put in the same group? It's not going to do anything weird? Okay.
I don't think so, but I think when you go to look at stuff, you'll be able to just weed out your kids instead of seeing all of Janelle's kids, or especially if they're in 2 classes. Okay. How's it going? I don't want to go too fast because I really want this to be helpful for you. But if you're done and you're like, could we do, let me know.
JJ.
Is there a way to see who's in the group? Like I'm missing one student, but when I go to edit the group, I have to go back through the whole list of students.
Yeah, that's, yep. This
Okay.
is, yeah, sorry.
Nope, that's okay. I just want to make sure.
I know. It would be there, yeah. It's user friendly on the kids end. That's where it counts. On our end, it's a little clunky. Yeah,
I just got all the way to the end, and it said a group with this name already exists because I probably haven't taken my kids out from last year, or
no, you did.
so why is it telling me?
Did you make a new group?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me go back and I'll just delete this one. You did
Okay.
not use a tree, right?
Right. Yeah.
You're good.
Okay. Should I use a tree?
Oh, you can use whatever you want.
Okay.
The kids haven't seen it yet, so it doesn't really matter, right?
Right. Not this year. Oh no. Except Mrs. Locker used a rainbow. I need to choose something different, right? A star, a plane. Okay.
Yeah,
I
a
was
lot
trying
of
to pick
people use that rainbow.
Okay, so I'll choose something different. How do I edit the whole group?
Hey, you're on there now. You got 24.
Yeah. Okay. How do I edit the whole group?
What do you want to edit?
Like, I want to edit that rainbow and pick something else.
Yeah, just go to the pencil and just pick
So I don't have that. Oh, there's the pencil. The pencil. Got it. Got it. Extended day. Perfect. Got it.
But then you got to scroll all the way down to the very bottom to push save.
Okay.
Okay. Now
What has nobody used though? Let me see your page. What has nobody used over there? A walrus. No, somebody used that. A truck.
Nope, nobody used the truck.
Okay.
Here you go. One of the features, ladies, that Education.com offers is they have a ton of worksheets, guided lessons, lesson plans available. So if you're looking for something, you have total access to this to be able to type stuff in and look for those things and then be able to print them off. So this is just another resource if you need it that's already available, okay? So I won't go there, but just know that, hey, that's another place that you can go if you're looking for a good worksheet or you need something different. You're looking for an idea. You got lots of stuff here. Some things that I want to show you in the menu over here are the progress tracker. I have one student that was in extended day, so she's done some work, but it helps if the kids have done quite a bit of work, you're able to see some stuff. You are going to click on the grade level that you're asking that student to perform at. And then you should be able to look at the different skills and then kind of see. So she's been working in reading, and you can see the gray means she hasn't done enough work to show if she's proficient or not. So she's only answered a couple questions here. But down here in picture comprehension, she's been able to answer enough questions that they feel that she's competent, she's mastered that skill. Here in communicating through symbols, they feel like she is still like developing or but then you can see in the different, they've got different letters, but you can go down and underneath the letters, like there's still more skills like to kind of look through. So each of these has, so fiction comprehension questions she's struggling with. Who doesn't at our level? You can come over to assign resources and you can click on that button. And then it will suggest some worksheets that you could have her do. I'm not really thinking of this as a worksheet type based thing, but it says down here that I can see all resources and it will show me, maybe I don't want to see worksheets. Maybe I want to see, like I can say, I don't want to see worksheets. It can show me games, or it can show, see all resources. Yeah, so I can see these games. Like this is a guided lesson, this is a workbook, but this is a game. So I could click this game and say that I want to, over here in the actions box, I can add that to her assignment. I can say, I don't want Mrs. Nevedomsky. I would like to create a new assignment. I want to call it picture comprehension. You can make it a mandatory assignment that she has to do it in order to do some of the other stuff that's available. And so you can click that, or you can just say, you know, if she does it, she does it. If she doesn't, she doesn't. You can push continue. And then I'm able to either give it to this specific, my whole group can do it. And I can say publish and finish, or I can choose a child and I can have just a child do it. Like I can put Riley's name in and I can have her do it. Okay. Oh, there they are. So I can go through and I can find Riley and I can say, I would just want Riley to do the assignment, and I can click her and have just specific children do it. So Stacy, this might be, this is where your group is going to be nice if you want to send it to both of them. But if you have your whole class is working on numbers 11 through 20, you could send them 4 different games that have to do with that. Okay. I am not going to save and finish that, but that is how you can send. So I'm going to stop and I'm going to take you to the iPads. We got brand new iPads this week at every building. These are amazing. I hope that you're going to use them. Brainzy is what the app is called, and it's already on your iPad. So you seriously could start using it tomorrow. Oh, I forgot. If you go to your students, if you go back to your students, you can click on your kids. And again, Kelly, I'm sorry, you would have to go through all of your kids and find them again. But then there's at the top, you can say that you want to print their login cards, or their login code was right there. So when you open the app, I'm in, you sign in and you put that code in. Oh man. So her code is 79HS7Q. And then push go, and their maps open up. Now, every kid starting tomorrow, every kid's gonna have the same maps. They're gonna have a math, a reading, a writing, and a typing. And the math is generic for whatever grade level you sent them. So if you gave them the preschool or the kindergarten map, they're gonna open it up and it's gonna be content that builds on itself around the map. So the first one is gonna focus more on letter identification and just the simple reading stuff. But they'll have a whole playlist down here at the bottom of games, stories, songs. It's all mixed up. So you never have to worry that they're getting the same thing over and over and they're going to get bored. It's always completely different. The other thing is each activity has 3 stars. So you're going to encourage them that they want to get all 3 stars to master it. Because if they're just playing it, not, just playing it to play it, and they're only getting 1 star, that's going to show up on your data as they're not understanding the concept and they're not getting it, when really they might understand the concept. They're just rushing through it to get to something else they really want. So they can click on the playlist and choose whatever they want, or the playlist will seriously just scroll through as they finish the activity. It just goes to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing.
Rebecca,
yes.
when they first get on, will it give them like a placement assessment or anything like that that will kind of place them where they should be? Or is it just kind of generic?
Right, it's just generic. It's just going to be the map that you sent them to. And there's a math map, there's a reading map, and then there's typing. I don't know why you would do typing on it, but it's a necessary skill, and nobody is teaching it right now. So our kids seriously do need it. But the assignments that we just talked about that you send them are going to be down here in this right-hand corner, and it'll say like there are 4 or there are, so you can see, wow, I got a couple assignments. So you could train the kids, hey, you're going to do the assignments first, then you can play the map until your time's over or whatever. So that could be something.
So we don't always have to assign something. We can just say, hey, you're going to go on, education, whatever, and then just work through.
Yeah.
Or spend like 10, 15 minutes on it. So it doesn't always have to be an assignment.
Nope. And each along the map, it builds on itself. So if they follow the map, it's going to build on it. They can also jump around, which I don't recommend, but some of the kids you'll find, like Riley already has played in different parts of the map, but then she skipped some skills that probably built on them, and she's having a harder time with it. So I really recommend starting at 1 and then going around it. Now, I'm going to stop and I'm going to show you a really nice feature of the iPads. Because they're newer, they have a locking feature on them. And I'm not sure if you have a device at home that's newer, an iPad or something, but what has to happen initially, because it's not on, but you would have to go to the settings, and you're going to need to go down underneath general to accessibility. And there it's called guided access. And in guided access, once it's on, it's going to ask for a 6-digit code. You're going to type that in. Make it as simple as you can, like 11111, or my code is 123456. I don't want the kids to be able to put it in and get themselves out, but I do want it to be easy enough that I'm like, if I have to use it, I'm not like having to think, oh shoot, I got to go look that up. Okay. But once you have that code and you have the guided access on, you turn it on every iPad, and you never have to go back and turn this on or off. But once I'm in the app, if I click the home button 3 times fast, 1, 2, oh, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 1. guided access starts, they can push home, they can push power, they can push the volume button, and nothing is going to take you out of this app. I love that because of how many times I would come to centers and find them not where I wanted them, right? And so it's a really nice, if you're doing this, especially for your center time, that you've locked them in and here they are playing exactly what you asked them to do and they can't get out of it. Now a kid can come, they can come and they can sign out of the app and they can, like, the next kid can come and sign in, but they're not in a totally separate app or they're not on the web or something. So that's nice. But then 1, 2, 3 on the app asks you to put the code in and asks if you want to end it. Okay, so that is a super nice feature on here. I hope you enjoy it too, because I'm so excited because I had 4 iPads I got through a grant a couple years ago, and I got to tell you, that was a game changer, that whole lock the thing, because that just drove me nuts.
So if we do not, we share iPads at Emerson. So we just have them for the week and then we put them back and then all that. So can we set up like a school code, like everybody has the same code sort of thing, or, you know, just so I don't give somebody an iPad and be like, oh, now it's locked.
Exactly. That might be something to go through Jesse and say, hey, I found out we could lock this. Can we come up with a building code before somebody else does this? So yep, make it super easy, but make sure that the kids don't know what it is, because that would just wreck the purpose. But okay, does anybody have any questions or anything I can go over?
Hey, Kelly, I think that's a great idea. Do you want to email Jesse and maybe we can put out one code for all of us at Emerson? I think that's a great
Absolutely.
idea.
I've used the guided access before in my 5th grade classes when we did standardized tests on them. It was amazing. But yeah, we do need to have a generic code or something that we can have. So yeah, I will email her.
Okay, I agree. Because even if we do RAS kids, if you get the iPad the first time, we're all putting in our teacher code until then. So that's a great idea. Thanks.
Yeah. Awesome.
I wanted to show you something else. Sorry. I'm gonna go back to, if we go back to online learning, we can't find this in the App Store. And we just figured that out during the first session this morning, that I'm not quite sure if they're focusing more on their website, but you can't go to the store and find it. So to send your kids, if we're in Google Classroom and they're at home and you want to send them Education.com to work on, you can go to the person and go to kid mode. And once you open up kid mode, it gives you the URL, and you would just copy that and put that in your Google Classroom for your kids to go to. So they would know, hey, go here. And then, you know, you would get them whatever their 6-digit code is to log them in as themselves. But that's how you would get to that. So hopefully that helps, because if we go back to online, then that's nice, because like on Friday, you could send them to education.com instead of feeling like you have to come up with another lesson and another video, or you could have them work on the skills you've taught all week in making meaning, or, you know, in your guided reading, and have them do some of those activities. So hopefully that helps lighten the load and also gives you something, another rotation or something to do in your literacy centers. Or math, right, Lisa? There were a lot of math activities in there too.
Yeah,
So
there was. I've been playing around with it. I'm really excited about it.
good, good.
Becca, I have a question.
Yeah.
So the app name is BrainQ for
It's
education.
Brainzy
BrainZ. Okay.
with a Y,
Okay. Okay.
but it's on. We don't know how. We don't know if it's just because they took the, like they have a software now in the tech department where they are able to save the whatever, the apps and stuff that they have on the iPad, and then they just put that whole program onto the new iPads. So I think they were able just to transfer that program, or that, I don't know what you want to call it. You do it when you get a new iPhone. You move everything from the old one over to the new one. So I think that's kind of what they did. But the app's not in the store. If you go and look in the store, we can't find it. So so the struggle there is telling parents to go get it, because it is a free app, or it was a free app, but it's not there. So they would have to do it. It would have to be web-based. Okay. How about lunch? What are you doing for lunch? Don't say leftovers.
I'm actually gonna fold the mound of laundry that's sitting behind me that needs to be done.
Oh, yes.
What are we doing for lunch?
Sandwiches.
We're gonna have sandwiches. Cool.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Yummy.
That hurts.
Oh, well, you ladies have a good one and enjoy your free time. Like, we have a brain break or something after this, right?
Yay.
Thanks, Becca. I'm super excited about this.
Cool.
You're welcome. I'm so glad. I wanted to make it useful and something you were ready to use tomorrow. And I hope it is. I hope it's something, because I know I was frustrated using something from 1999, and now I have something that's not. So
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank
You guys have a
you.
good one. Bye.
Bye.